Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are you going, lovely chess folks? Back at ya with yet another new thing. Why not coconut? There is a lovely gentleman out there who is known by the name Knows All. He is a prominent figure or character or person on the Morphe Chess Club Discord server, which by the way is an awesome place to gather, because there are lots of chess folks discussing various things, and they support lots of streamers and content creators. So I very highly recommend you to check out the Morphe Chess Club Discord server. And Knows All is an admin on that Discord, and he's a very keen player. And a couple of weeks ago he sent me a study which is actually a collection of some of his favorite checkmate problems, actually not problems, puzzles rather. And he sent it to me and said, look dude, this is a puzzle collection I have made. If you want, you can use it. And I asked him if he would be okay for me to use it on my YouTube. And because of he's a legend, he goes, yeah, sure, go for your life. And so here we go. So now I'm going to attempt solving these puzzles. I will try to turn it into something educational, because that's what we try to do on this channel. And we will see how we go. I haven't seen, or how should I phrase it? I have seen some of these, because I can see on the left, which you can't see, the names of the players who played it, and I recognize a few of them. But many will be probably unknown to me, and so it will be good fun to watch me fail with these puzzles. So let's kick off the game with this one. I happen to know the motif of this. It's a spectacularly beautiful mate pattern where we are going to throw in the kitchen and the sink, actually in true Andras style. So we are going to start with check, and then we will go check, checkerino, and checkmateerino in a row. So using my Nakamura skills to draw arrows, check, takes, checkmate. So at first we surround the king with enemy pieces so that it has nowhere to go, but also we actually decoy the rook so that that is a heck of a mate. I have to say, that is looking pretty good. Let's look at study 2. This I do know, and this is a tricky business. And the reason for that is because a lot of people start looking at here check and back and they have got nothing, or here after the correct check, they look at check again, and after queen c8 they've got nothing. And because of there is a pending check here, we are in kind of a trouble, but actually that's the giveaway. So our move, best move here, is actually a move that stops the check down here but creates a threat, and that is the quite incredible queen c6. And if you look at that, this is an incredibly smart move, because in case it gets captured, we have mate, because now the queen can't go back, or it can, but it's not protected. Whereas if they don't take, then we have got a double mate threat. And so now after pinning the queen, the bishop still can't take our queen, because then we take the queen. If they take the rook, we take here mate. And if they take the knight, we still take the queen with mate. A beautiful, beautiful puzzle. Really, really awesome stuff. Next, Steinitz against NN. And here the mating motif, yeah, I remember now, is going to be that we chase the king here, then we are going to give a check with the rook, which will have to be captured by the pawn, and then our queen will pop up on f7. The way we do it, by the way, so if I were to coach this position, I would just go back to my usual forcing moves, checks, capture, threats. You look at, you have got a ton of checks, but really the one that does the damage is rook d8, because it decoys the queen from the e6 square so that I can go in, and e6 is very important because from there I have access to f7, but also covering h6 so the king won't be able to take. So this is what it looks like. Check, check, zakerino, and shachmat, as they used to say a couple of thousand years ago. The king is dead, the game is over. Kraus Meinhardt. Okay, sticking with checks and sticking with the concept of the queen, the most useless piece on the board, we go check, 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 checkmate. Did we do that? Yeah, we did. Actually, I'm a little bit confused about this puzzle here, because both this and this check should suffice. So I'm not sure which way is it going, because usually computer doesn't like two equally valid solutions, but here I just don't see a difference for the life of me. So go check. Okay, I guess I got lucky there. Rook g8 takes and mate. Dansky, no failures so far. Awesome. I know this one. It's a queen zakerino, right? And once again, see how easy chess is? Go with checks, capture threats, and give up the queen because it's a useless piece. Knight takes, rook check, king back, check, king here, knight check, king here, g7, and we win. Somehow, I hope. So check. Oh no! I'm a doofy. g7, knight h6 is mate in 2. I nearly botched it. I mean, this does win. But actually, g7, knight h6 is mate in 2. Woo! Okay. That's cool. That's very cool, man. Alright. Kekhiarov Petrov. What? Okay, queen is hanging. So again, we have to go with brute force. Check, king here. Check, bishop takes, queen mate would be beautiful. But I can already see that this is gonna bleed out because after check, king here, rook check, king takes check. I don't have enough. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh, we are onto something, Baba. Queen takes and then checkerino. And if queen takes, then queen g6 check and mate is inevitable. Whereas if king takes back, I'm too lazy to calculate. There will be a mate, something like this. Okay, let's go with this. Check. 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 Checkmate. Booyah, baby! Nose! What a collection, mate! Nice checkmate. Okay, this should be a what do you call that thing? Smothered mate. And again, so pattern recognition is basically 90% of solving puzzles. You realize instantly that if this knight were absent, then queen g8 would be instantly made by rook takes, knight takes. But the reason why we still insist on looking at queen g8 first is because we see that after king takes there is a fabulous double check here. In fact, here too. But I already see that this is the way to go. Because then if the king escapes to f8, then I pull the knight back to g6, pawn takes and knight takes is mate. Whereas if after takes, knight e7, they go back to h8. We're just going with the other horse. And the central stallion duo delivers a beautiful mate. So check. And once again, look at that. Queen sack. It is a far more common theme that people actually think. Okay, next chapter. Johansson Ray. Are we white here? This looks unfriendly. Okay, let's go check there, check, take there, mate. Oh boy, I wish chess was that easy. But I think I actually smashed that. So one more time. Check, rook back, check, forcing the king to take, queen takes. No, the king can't escape because if the bishop is covering that square, rook g8 and queen h6 mate. Okay, this was reasonably easy, and it seems to me that this collection is all about forced mates, which is brilliant stuff for the improving chess player, and that I would label anyone between 1000 and 2200 to actually have a go at these puzzles. Okay, so what I'm picturing here is that I've seen a lot of puzzles where this queen gets onto the diagonal and then somehow they defend the mate on g7, but they can't help the queen h8, king takes, rook f8 mate pattern. So first of all, I need to decoy this queen from here so I can take this. So let's go check, queen takes, queen takes. Now this mate is threatened, and if they go queen d7, then exactly we have the theme I was talking about. Queen check down, king takes, and rook mate. I have seen this before. No, check. Beautiful queen sack, and the mate. Booyah! We have looked at 9 puzzles, and like at least 7 of them featured an epic queen zakerino. Isn't that just a back rank mate there? That's a bit too easy for this collection, I dare say. So yeah, check, check, and then just back rank carnage. Okay, that was too easy. Borisenko, Nachimovskaya. Oh, this is a famous one. So once again, it looks like we have got such a powerful pressure down here But it's a bit funny because the queen got in front of the pawns. And also we would be extremely tempted to utilize this diagonal, but our own pawn on f5 is plugging it in. And so what we need to do here, surprise, surprise, zakerino of the queen, check, and here comes the extremely awesome follow-up rook in. And this is easy to overlook, because that's a non-checking move in a very forcing sequence, but take was forced, because otherwise it's mate, and now pawn takes back is mate. It was a very famous one. Piotrowski Tenenbaum. This is a famous trick with queen h check. I've seen this one too. And if king takes, then pawn up, king key, then bishop h7. So it's quite ironic that we have to sack a queen so that we can get a new one. And the only difference it's going to make is that because of the pawn disappears from the g file, now it's actually defended by the queen. Note that in this position, even if they went to f7, g8, queen is mate. Alright. Skuja Rosenbergs. Here we have got a mate pattern that Charles Hertan, in one of the books that I discussed in my previous video, calls the corridor mate, which I quite like. I've heard that expression before, but I really like it because it somehow opens up your mind to the fact that if we crack the H file open, we are going to have a mate. In order to do that, we need to decoy the rook, so we take this, a very important defender, and also know that we opened up this diagonal, so that when I destroy the gates with the rook, which acts like a battering ram, then the army just floods in on the corridor and gets the better of the black king. Alright, Vasilyev Sherbakov, the first example with at least one very well-known dude from recent times, because obviously we saw Steinitz before. Without any hesitation, I'm looking at this first because it's a check, takes, queen check, rook up, queen check, and that's mate. Okay, and also since yeah, our king is a bit exposed to, it makes perfect sense to do this, and that's it, right? Which is queen e7 mate next. Okay, reasonably easy there too. Granberg Dubnitsky. I have seen this. Okay, so here is a very tricky idea. I love this puzzle. The concept is the following. We would like to give a mate with rook takes, bishop takes, rook h1, rook h3 unstoppable, and it's mate. Except that if we did rook h3, bishop takes h3, then after rook h1, rook takes d5, check. Reigns on the party real big time, because then the king will escape and we are going to lose. So what we need to recognize here is that there are two very important line moving pieces are at play here, and this is actually a very common motif in chess problems, not in practical chess. So this is very important for black's defense, and this is crucially important for black's defense. And so what we tend to do in these cases is to drop a bomb in the meeting square of these two lines, which is the d7 square, to confuse the defending army. And so we play knight d7. And now black has to take somehow, because otherwise I just deliver a mate. If they take with the rook, then the rook is blockading the bishop's diagonal, and thus rook takes h3 is mate. So the bishop will have to take, but that move will temporarily interfere with the pressure on the d5 bishop, and that allows me to attack the knight, and then bang, 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 mate. Check this out, knight d7, an amazing move. 4 pieces can take the d7, and still there is no appropriate way to meet the threat. Rook f3, and we have got mate next, no matter what black does, except I missed this move, but it doesn't matter because I go here. And now if the bishop takes, then the diagonal is open, and then it's mate. If they don't take, then now we have got a new checkmate. I actually overlooked this defense, so we got lucky there. Monk NN. This is a very famous mating pattern. So once again, these puzzles should not cause you any problems at all to solve if you have seen something like this before. If not, it still shouldn't cause a problem, because you do what I always teach. You go checks first. You go check. That's a capture also, so that's your first check to go to. Check, double check, and mate. Forcing chess moves, ladies and gentlemen. That is the name of the game. That's the book I reviewed, and I very much like the way how the book is dealing with puzzles. My policy is the same. This is an extremely famous puzzle by, I think this dude was a French dude from the 1700s, and he dedicated a fair bit of his time to composing puzzles like this. They are not chess problems, because all the solutions are all through brute force, which chess problem is frowned upon, but for us chess players this is just as equally impressive. We can already see the skeleton of a Smothered made by virtue of having this on the go, which will force the bishop away. So all we need to do now is to put this guy to use first, forcing the black rook to a7. And now I need to think move order. Yes, so we need to go in here first. Rook takes, then we are going to take this. Note that all of my moves are checks, and when the bishop takes, we have got knight c7 mate. The other way doesn't work, because if I go in first, bishop takes queen b, then the bishop can take, and that would be an incredibly sad day for me. So let's go check. Note that this rook can't take because of the pin, and now we have the full setup for the Smothered mate, but this is too soon because the bishop covers it. So now we are going to decoy the bishop the second time when you will utilize the fact that this rook is pinned, and now there is your beautiful Smothered mate. Capablanca NN. If I'm not mistaken, this is gonna be a kingside attack with knight fg5, knight f6, bishop e4. I would love if my showing offing would work out here. Please be that position. Baga. That's not the one. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so this is the most tempting check. And so that's where I'm looking first. And when I say the most tempting, it's because this is a capture and a check. And I can already see that if knight takes, we have a mate. So that's a half solution. And in fact, I can already see the other way too. So queen takes, rook takes, promotion check. And thus, we actually vacated the f7 square for the knight for an awesome mate. Check. Checkski. Gonski, Inski. And knight f7, the checkmate. And we are done with 18. I don't know how I'm going to split up this video. Maybe we will do 2 halves. Maybe this will get a lot harder. I don't know. Okay, pattern recognition here doesn't work for me. Check, he check takes. Oh yes, it does. Check, king takes, knight c3 check, defending the rook. King up. Oh, baba b4. The b4 mate. Look at that. Check. Check. Checkerino. Here comes the absolutely beautiful, awesome check, and the pawn takes the glory with the mate. That was a chess tempo problem, apparently. Next one, Eglitis Kamergrausis. They sound like Lithuanian dudes. Okay, this is another very famous mating pattern. We check, check, queen in mate. All checks. So once again, if you have never seen it, this is how you think. Check, takes. And in that position, the biggest mistake, and I will set it up for you because this is so typical on club level, is that they can't wait to rake back the material they lost. And this is a very, very faulty mindset, because almost all the time when you sacrifice material in order to tickle the enemy king, you want to tickle the enemy king. You don't want to take material back. No, stuff that. We want mate. So you go double check, then check, and then mate. That would have been spoiled forever if I had taken on the d7 bishop, because then I can't undo this mess. I would have regained the piece, and Lord knows what's going on there. Okay, Bjorkvist Timman. Knight h5. Wow. Okay, so the idea, of course, with knight h5 is that knight can't take because of mate, but the pawn can. Now, once I see that, I'm seeing this pin. But what do I do with that? It feels like I want to move a knight. So for example, knight here, knight here. Knight, I don't know, h7. With the other rook mate here. Let's have a look. How do they stop this again? So I need to find a good knight move here, and that's gonna be mate. So if I go in, oh, they have knight e4. No, but then I get a queen. I still have some misgivings about this. Rook g5. How can they stop that thing? Oh, they play rook a5. But then but if I take that, they take here. Huh. Oh no. Is that it? Horse here, and then rook check queen mate. Oh, baby. So that's it. When the checks captures run out, like they have now, then you go threats. And my grave error with this move was that, although technically I did set up a mate threat, but this one here, baby, that's a mate in one threat. And now we go check. And no, I didn't do that. That's mate there. That was just a tiny mouse slip. We are 22 out of 22 still. Okay. Oh, that has to be check. There's no way that is not queen sack. Check. Takes, check, back, mate. And here I'm teaching you another technique that is very important when solving puzzles like this. When you find a sideline that is ending in mate, that's usually a good hint to you that you are on the right track with the solution. So takes, check, king g5, obviously. Now I have got... I have knight here. Wait a second, how does it work again? Check, king here. Is it just rook f1? And this and that mate can't be stopped? I dare say. It looks very rook f1 to me. Because there are two mate in one threats. How do you stop that? You can't. Whew! Okay, I was worried about playing a non-forcing move there, but there was no other way to do this. Fischer Miyagmaru-sen is very famous. That's the one where he goes queen h7, h takes g6, and bishop e4 mate. Watch this, baby, when I call the solution without seeing the puzzle, because I know the dude's names. Yes, baby! Got this right. So here we go. Queen h6. Queen h7, that's the one I called. So the point is that now after king takes check, double check, king takes, and bishop e4 is mate. Don't tell me I didn't call it. Ouchie! The nerd chills are on. Okay, Fatalibakova Lysenko. Definitely don't know that one. Oh, this is just diverting the queen so that we can do mate here. This is a little bit anti-climatic after the previous success. So checkerino, check, and mate. GG on your bike. Popov-Angelov. I have heard of this. Is it here? Takes... No, wait a sec. Okay, so they can't take because we have mate. How the heck do I create my own threat here? Okay, one more time. If I go in, they go here. And if I then take here, they go king here. There was a Timon Hübner game that was based on the exact same motif. No, not exact same, but very similar environment. Is it just rook here? And black can't stop rook f7. Wow, is that it? Oh, look, it says, in my opinion, I will move my head. In my opinion, this is the second hardest puzzle in this study. If you are stuck, be sure to view the hint. I reckon it's rook f3. Because then rook takes, bishop takes, queen takes is mate. The king goes there, rook takes, bishop takes, queen takes, king there, queen back check, king here, rook mate. And I don't see any relevant queen moves because the queen can't come back to the defense. So I dare say it's rook f3. Huh. I dare say we got this wrong. Okay. I don't really understand what's wrong with it, I will be honest with you. I will check it out later because now my vanity is hurt. So it's not rook f3. By the way, the Timon Hübner was based on a d5 move that then opened up this for a pin, but there is no pin here, which is why I decided against it. And also it appears to me that this move gives more chances of counterplay to black. What's the hint? In the most of the forces, the king runs away to d7. Is there a way to ensure that the d7 square is not available for the king? Okay, that I don't really know if that was a useful hint. I mean, there is a line that goes with takes, queen g7 here, check, king d7, and then queen takes here, which is quite winning. Actually, take, check, king he checked, and they go to d8. That's the problem. Is it rook d7, bishop d7? Check. No, check, king e7. Rook, check, king d8. That doesn't quite add up. But somehow I feel like this could be a move. Take, check, king e7. What am I missing, folks? Nah, this is not right. What is going on here? Rook d7. I even called it. And I still don't get it. No? Is it here? No? Is it here? No? What am I? Oh, jeez, Louise. Really? And I missed this. And then mate. Oh my god. That was so embarrassing. Okay, I want to check this out. I want to check this out if this is fully true. How do you do this thing? I'm not 100% certain that my move was not winning there. There's a king here, there's some pawns here. I don't remember where those pawns were. Yeah, oops, sorry. Black one here, there's a queen hidden here, there's a white pawn here, and that's it with white to move, yeah? Yeah. Alright. Hate to say it, folks, but I solved this puzzle. Rook f3 is forced mate in 6 moves. I will give it to you that rook d7 is faster, but yeah. I mean, I am an absolute moron for not seeing that after rook e7 this check is mate with back rank, so I deserve all the punishment I'm going to get in the comments. But in the end of the day, rook f3 is just a stunning mate anyway. Okay, let's move on. Krebs Ginsburg. Okay, that looks like check here. Can I queen sack something? Oh, I can queen sack. Look at that zakerino knight here. Queen check here. Oh, baby. Check here and check here. Next, Supi Carlsen. Oh, that's the famous game that Carlsen lost online. The poor guy. That was ugly. He blundered queen c6 here. That's a beautiful move, guys. Once you see it, you don't forget it. That's how I operate with puzzles. We will take that. Thank you very much. And mate is unstoppable. GG. Okay, we have got 3 left. Tarantanen. Do I remember Tarantanen without putting it on the screen? I reckon that's the one with bishop g6. Baga. No, it's not. Okay. I have seen this too. I think it's bishop takes king here, bishop h8. Let's calculate. Bishop takes king here, bishop h8 non-check. Threatening mate like mad. They have to take the rook. Check king here. Check king e7. Bishop takes f6. King f7, and I'm stuck because my queen is on. There, one more time. There. Oh, it's mate in 2. Oh my word. Okay. Wow, that was not too smart. That's exactly why we need to go there, because we had this. Okay, Winterfriede. Oh, that has to be check, right? Because of the check incoming. Let's calculate. Check. There, check, he, shachmat. Done. Check. See how easy it is when it's checking? You just go check until it's checkmate. And done. And Radovic Kozlov. Actually, I'm going to do 32 and then we'll cut this study into 2. And we'll see how we go. Take queen g5, please. Be the solution. Please. Takes king, takes queen g5, takes king back, rookie mate. Baby. The checkerinos again. Check. Ah, yummy. Schachmate. Alright, 2 left, so I really have to enjoy myself now. Spielmann Höhenlinger. Ah, this is a famous motif. So what we need to do here is to take this and then rook here is mate. But we can't just do that because it can't jump over the knight. So we need to get rid of with the knight. So we get rid of with the knight, we check. Then we do the motif, we check. And then we go with check, not the pin. So the rook is immune and mate. Beauty. Bauer Gellner. Oh, it's a very, very famous mate. If you don't know this, it's an absolute nightmare to work this one out. It's I don't think I would be able to do it, even though if you follow my own method, checks, captures, threats, you get there with just checks. It takes here. And the idea is that it's utterly disappointing that they did that. So if the pawn had taken, then queen g8 check, knight takes, and bishop f5 mate. So it's a pity that they don't show black sidelines. I don't know how to do that. Because the king takes is the lame line, because now I just go... Wait a sec. Yeah, check, and then mate. So check. King has to come out, and then it's mate here. But the queen sack mate would have been way, way nicer. Alright, we just managed to cut this very fittingly measured puzzle selection, which is 64 puzzles. We'll stop at 32, but boy, that was tremendous fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I guess I did most of them rather quickly, but I still hope that that was of value to you. And so I will be back with the second part soon. Thanks for watching. I will be back with more soon. Bye.